There's a snug little town that had won renown on a faraway day o' dree, where fair Scotia's host at Flodden lost, the flower o' its chivalry. And when reivers rode and most troopers trod to victory or defeat, on the reiving raids through the glens and glades where the Slitrick and Teviot meet. There's a few things that to my make our wee toon awfu' special. The sport, rugby, fitba, golf, horse racing among many others. 60 rugby internationals hailed for Hawick, with 3 representing at this moment in time. The Robbie Dyes alongside Money, a proud junior club. Football teams gone on to lift numerous trophies. Boxers showing promise and winning titles. Successful racehorse trainers at both ends of the toon. A knighted sailor, motorcycling legends, a bowling heroine and a commentator regarded as the best there's ever been. No bad for a wee toon nestled in the South. One of the best things about Hawick is the folk. They're honest, genuine, hard-working, and will bring the best out in one another. A place where everybody kens everybody, but that's no a bad thing. They'll be there to console when times are tough, and they're there to celebrate success. A conversation a few nips deep when indulging can gan a long way. We're lucky to have folk like that. We really are. And the Commemorating, a celebration of what's gone before us, and for those who have fallen we thank. Horses, rideouts, huts, fit sodgers, folk on the street, waving bairns, and the Algins at the top windows. A moment for all to be involved in. The song of Tyriodin, the lifeblood now it thrills. Yes, we're coming home to see you, to old Hawick among the hills. Many a poet, songwriter, callant, lass, feather and mother stamping their own mark on what is a special time in the Teary calendar. When the exiles travel hame to join in and for a small time get to watch twilight fall our Ruber's Law, pick up where they left off and mony more memories are made with those they cherish the most. You canna buy that. Bottles of green, milky rums, curds and cream, customs and traditions to uphold, and as the good old saying goes, it's better felt than telt. That I can vouch for. Hawick has given me way more than I'd ever imagined, and for that I'll always be thankful. Family and friendships that I hold dear, a sport that I learnt at Trinity Skill that has allowed me to travel the world, and a support for our townsfolk that just means everything. And once my exile's complete, I look forward to the day that I can bring my family back to the Queen of all the borders, Old Hawick, our border hame. Old town among the border hills, grey warder o' the moor, what though today has clashing mills, your old world moat endures. By nights you dream of flooding yet, while Teviot seeks the sea. What though your days and toils are set, you have your history.
Hawick has many great clubs, and of course, great Commemorating clubs. The Commemorating Committee, the Ancient Order of Mistroopers, the 1514 Club, the Garland Club, Ex-Cornets and Ex-Octon Feathers Association, Ex-Cornets Lassies and Octon Mothers Association, and the Bright-Eyed Daughters Association. All these clubs work hand in hand to make Hawick Commemorating the best it can be for us, the townsfolk. And these hard-working members do it through the goodness of their heart, no for money, no for praise, but simply for the love of Hawick Commemorating, as Hawick volunteers. The Gallant Few are a newly formed, passionate Hawick Commemorating club, a club that will strive to uphold and maintain the history, customs and traditions. Whilst life is but a shifting scene, the world gone circling round, and times brought money changes to our own old toon. The members believe, however, in this ever-changing world, that our Commemorating should and can be loved and looked after for what it stands for. To them, we owe our life and light, our liberty, our land, Our strength of will, our love of right, our link in heart and hand. For our history is why we celebrate and reenact the fame of Hawick's youth who stayed from flooding, rallied up be teary-odding, returning with a captured flag, so tells that age-old story. Formed during our 500th anniversary of Horns Hole on Commemorating Friday 2014, and every year since, afore proceedings begin, these men gather in Welligate Cemetery to pay their respects to Hawick worthies of old, characters that have made the Commemorating what it is the day. They muster at Robert Hunter's grave for the 6 o'clock chime, where the sound of the Connacht's band strikes up and echoes through the cemetery. An eerie moment indeed. For Welligate Bray on Commemorating Day, the snuffing is where the club members then head. A spectacle at such an early time in the morning, which seems to have lost its large attendance over the years. Here the horn mull makes its way through the streets in the hands of the official song singer, ahint the Connacht's band. Callants wrestling for a pinch of the snuff. The Gallant Few hope to encourage Commemorating supporters to join the Connacht's walk after the colour bussing, immediately following the town of the ribbons. Follow your Connacht rune, a lyric which should be echoed loud and clear to all they young callants hoping to follow in the footsteps of their Connacht. The Commemorating of 2018 and 2019 has seen the Gallant Few provide the traditional dish of curds and cream. Ordered at St Leonard's on the Thursday night, the sourdough is served the following Friday upon arrival to the hut. Next year, God willing, our Commemorating, as who can in love, will return, and the club will look to continue this role into the future. So then get to thy byre, friend Thomas Reid, and let every milk pail ream, that morning spread ye this table ready, with plentiful curds and cream. Ex-Connacht George Aitken, who carried the banner blue in 1950 in, some 70 years ago, lies at rest in Wilton Cemetery. The Gallant Few felt it was fitting that this year, under different circumstances, they repair and refurbish his memorial. George emigrated to Australia with his Connacht's lass and wife Helen. They proudly returned for their Golden Jubilee in 2001, albeit the Commemorating was cancelled due to foot and mouth. Sadly, in 2006, whilst back in Hawick with his own folk, George passed away on Commemorating week. The club would like to wish Helen and the family their very best wishes and hope this year's virtual Commemorating brings back many happy memories for their time in the old mill town. In 2018, a club tie was designed and produced by James Morton Ties. The predominant red to match that of the Connacht sash, with a drum and fife as the centrepiece. There's silhouettes of the horse throughout the design. It's very different to the majority of Commemorating club and Connacht's ties of today. The first club dinner was held in the November of 2019, with each member inviting a single guest of their choice. A great social night was had be all, with laughters and song accompanying a 3-course meal right for the top drawer. This is something the club will look to expand and grow in the coming years. Whilst Hawick has heirs from sire to son, the tale will still be told, of slayer slain, of standard won, down here in days of old. No fear enthralls the teary heart, such memory will wane, as sure forget, in life our part, or our dear loved refrain.
Did we ken there's nowhere in the world has more songs and poems written about it than Hawick? And look at the size of it compared to other places. Places like London and Paris, New York and Sydney, Tokyo and Rio. Or a tiny wee dot on the map. A tiny wee dot with a muck list of hearts. And we should all be proud to be for Hawick, 'cause I am.
Way back in 2014, we formed a band of men. We love our Commemorating, and will from now till then. We met afore the birds were up, in the fit o' Welligate Bray. Not a single sound was heard, where there our forefathers lay.
We honour those o' days gone by, For this gem they've given this tune, and in testing times when a' feels lost, we must stand and rally round. For Hawick is like nae other, we're envied near and wide, we're the queen o' a' the border, filled with passion deep inside.
Here lies an ancient history, a glorious tale to tell, of those young men who dared their lives at Horn's Hole, here the English fell. Returning with a captured flag, aloft in the summer breeze, a triumph for Hawick's underdogs, when down wounded on their knees.
Our club's beliefs are strongly felt to Hawick's customs and traditions, brought up in the faith who are filled with great ambition. To follow in the footsteps of them they gave this tune, the greatest sight ever seen in the summer days of June.
Here who quietly listen for 6 o'clock to come, to hear the sound of the drums and fifes and raise a milky rum. A toast to those who ca be here, for who share their look and dood. The sun breaks through and glistens as we whistle the fife's sweet tune.
The bairns are as important as the legends long ago, to keep them still believing in what we live and know. For yin day when they take the rein and grow up in the faith, it's vital that they learn frae us and guard until their death.
The Commemorating's no for everyone, for that will no protest, but understand the work put in and see folk try their best. I've never been a lucky in to hold that high position, but the Commemorating's dear to me, its history and tradition.
For it's easy to get lost out there in this ever-changing land, where everything's political and you're feared to make your stand. For this is holy ground, we've now on earth like here, with history that paints a tale written every single year.
The cards and cream are ordered when the feather gains his pride. It's paired to Hawick's traditions and will continue to provide. These little things make it special and keep our history in mind. Our club members value this, it keeps you close and intertwined.
We must protect what we've been given, making sure it doesn't fade into a distant memory till the last song has been played. There's so much more that we can do to learn and teach the story, in skills we'll look to make our name and reveal its ancient glory.
For this we see is important that our bairns should have the chance to see why Hawick Commemorating makes sick a song and dance. For if they can lift a heed to it and see what's in our plans, then for years to come and after will be held in their safe hands.
Respect is something that you earn for working hard at what you do, and surely our Commemorating deserves that for showing you the way. For our history is set in stone, to be loved and cherished dear, no to change or alternate, our beliefs are strong and clear.
Great folk that fill this tune, it's time to make our stand and join with us and help create one big happy band. We're celebrating history and remembering the brave that crept upon the English, our tune they fought to save.
It's up to us, you and me, to keep our history intact and do all we can to celebrate and remember that simple fact, that what we have is unique, better felt than telt, to reenact the days of old, that duty we've been dealt.
Exiles that wander far away cast their thoughts back to the hills, 'cause Hawick is where their heart lies and will cherish all their thrills. The Dowai seeks the ducat and Yende will return to see the Slittrick dancing and the tumbling border burn.
As the cornet ties the ribbons on Beattie's work of art, we encourage all to follow and play their supporting part. His march are right round Wilton and up the lone he'll climb, back to where he started as the tune clock'll chime.
Look at what we've got here, a beauty rare to find, for the Vatters Hill to Ruber's Law, a place like no other kind. The Nipnells to St Leonard's, then on to Promised Land, where men like us have marked it, history held in their hand.
The Gallant Few are passionate, it's what we all adore. We ask you all to join you and gie it that bit more. Enjoy what thrills it gies ye and revel in all its glory. Be proud of Hawick Commemorating, his seek a wee love story.
Our nation's heart was mourning when Flodden Field was still, and raiders left destruction in their wake. The beacon fires were burning across the border hills. High Callans had their history to make. The gallant few were Callans who prevailed with deadly strike, then held aloft the banner blue and galloped him to Hawick. On the gallant few you can depend, and the banner blue they will aye defend. It's a loyal crew, proud, strong and true. Honour to the gallant few. When Callans went to Flanders and the bloody fields of France, their patriotic duty to fulfill, they heard the guns like thunder as the enemy advanced. Adversity would never break their will. William Beattie lies under foreign skies, while at home his fame still grew. The mounted Gallant riding home with the captured banner blue. On the gallant few you can depend, and the banner blue they will aye defend. It's a loyal crew, proud, strong and true. Honour to the gallant few. As centuries flow like water between noble Teviot's banks, the focus on the future is our aim. For those who've gone before us, we offer grateful thanks for the customs and traditions of our name. For the lands we reap are not ours to keep, they're for those who follow too. What's I been there, must I be there, that's the pledge of the gallant few. On the gallant few you can depend, and the banner blue they will aye defend. It's a loyal crew, proud, strong and true. Honour to the gallant few. On the gallant few you can depend, and the banner blue they will aye defend. It's a loyal crew, proud, strong and true.